This is Neural Newscast for Thursday, May 21st, 2026.
Here is what matters this morning.
Nebraska has become the first state to enforce new federal Medicaid work requirements. It is moving 8 months ahead of a January 2027 deadline mandated by the tax and spending law passed last year. In other states, the results of similar programs have been mixed. Arkansas previously launched a program that saw 18,000 people lose coverage due to confusing reporting requirements in just 9 months.
Georgia also has an active requirement where application hurdles have kept enrollment numbers low. Montana and Iowa are currently planning to follow Nebraska's lead with their own early rollouts.
Nebraska officials maintain they are ready. They report that staff have received targeted training on knee verification standards and workflows following readiness demonstrations with the federal government.
The actual coverage losses in Nebraska won't be immediate. Analysts expect the first major wave of disenrollments to occur in August due to the timeline for renewals. If these systems fail, the first sign of trouble will likely appear at pharmacies. Patients may realize they can no longer renew essential prescriptions because their Medicaid coverage has vanished. While Nebraska and Montana move forward, 29 other states indicated in a recent survey that even the 2027 deadline was too narrow a window for such an overhaul. Medicaid spending reached a record $971 billion last year. These new work rules represent the most significant attempt to restructure the entitlement program in decades. Turning now to international diplomacy and escalating tensions between the United States and Germany. President Trump has publicly criticized German Chancellor Friedrich Merz over his stance on Iran. In a social media post, the president claimed Merz doesn't know what he is talking about regarding nuclear weapons.
This follows comments from Chancellor Merz yesterday, where he suggested the United States has no clear strategy for an exit from Middle East conflicts. He described the current situation as a humiliation for Washington.
Merz specifically pointed to stalled negotiations in Islamabad. He suggested that Iranian leadership and the Revolutionary Guards are outplaying American negotiators by letting them travel without reaching results.
The president responded by linking Germany's economic performance to Merz's leadership. He claimed he is taking action with Iran that previous administrations should have done long ago.
Merz had also compared the current situation to the United States' experience in Afghanistan and Iraq. He warned that entering a conflict is easier than finding a way to leave it.
The timing is particularly notable, as the president is currently hosting King Charles and Queen Camilla at the White House for a state visit.
Germany is currently facing economic challenges that the president highlighted in his critique. These tensions reflect a broadening gap in how the two allies view regional security and nuclear containment.
Meanwhile, the political landscape in the United Kingdom is shifting as local election results continue to arrive.
Prime Minister Keir Starmer's Labour Party is facing heavy defeats. Early counts show the party has lost more than 200 councillors across English councils.
The biggest winner so far is Reform UK. Nigel Farage's Populist Party has gained over 300 seats, including several councils in the traditional industrial Redwall.
In Wigan and Lee, Reform UK won 24 out of 25 seats. In Tameside, they ended 47 years of Labour dominance on the local council.
Prime Minister Starmer told reporters in West London that the results are tough, and there is no sugarcoating them. He stated he takes full responsibility for the losses.
Voters appear to be prioritizing the cost of living. An Ipsos survey conducted before the election identified financial pressure as the #1 concern for the British public.
The Conservative Party under Kemi Badenoch is also seeing losses. They have lost over 100 seats so far, though they did manage to make some gains in parts of London.
The Green Party, led by Zach Polanski, has gained 23 seats. Polanski has focused his platform on opposition to the war in Gaza, which has resonated with some younger voters.
Nigel Farage has described the night as a historic moment for Reform UK. He argues it marks a definitive move away from traditional two-party politics in Britain.
Final results are still pending for mayoral races and the Scottish Parliament. Those outcomes will determine the next First Minister of Scotland and the leadership of the Welsh government.
Finally, here is what we are watching for the remainder of the day.
Federal regulators are scheduled to release new guidance for Medicaid work requirements on June 1st. This will be a critical document for states like Montana that plan to launch programs in July.
We are also monitoring the final seat counts from the Scottish Parliament elections. The party with the most seats will form the next government and appoint the new First Minister.
The German Ministry of Economic Affairs is expected to release a response to the latest inflation data. This follows the public friction between Chancellor Merz and the White House.
That's what we're watching this morning. Thank you for being with us.
From Neural Newscast, I'm Thomas Keene.
And I'm Hannah Whitmore. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.